This is the year 1945. The Second World War enters its final desperate chapter. In the vast blue expanse of the Pacific, the United States Navy stands as a steel fist closing on the Japanese homeland. But the enemy has unleashed a new, terrifying weapon. A weapon born of ancient warrior code and modern desperation. They call it the Kamikaze, the divine wind, a grim echo of the typhoon that saved their ancestors from invasion centuries ago. But these are not seasoned veterans in gleaming machines. The terrible truth is, most are young men barely out of school, given just 40 or 50 hours of flight training before their one and only mission. Their planes are often obsolete, packed with explosives, their landing gear locked in place. They are told that this is the ultimate honor, and while statistics show that less than 1 in 5 ever reaches a target, the damage from a single successful strike is catastrophic. A single pilot can cripple a fleet carrier, taking it out of the war. At Okinawa, some of our finest vessels are knocked out of the fight for good, their wooden flight decks burning furiously, causing more aircraft losses on deck than were lost in entire battles just years earlier. And the enemy's desperation breeds new tactics. They don't just rely on their old airplanes. They are now developing other ways to strike. Strange, purpose-built craft carried into battle and released close to our ships. In their final, terrifying dive, they reach speeds that are almost impossible to track. To fight this menace, our Navy throws up its own wall of steel. Our rugged carrier workhorses, our ace-maker fighters swarm the skies. They are stable, reliable gun platforms, achieving staggering kill ratios against the enemy. But even they cannot stop them all. How do you stop a man who is determined to die? The 20mm and 40mm guns on our destroyers throw up a curtain of fire, but often it isn't enough to physically destroy the plane. A burning, wingless wreck can still complete its mission. The answer has come from our scientists.